Hello, Des here. Let's talk bronzers. I've got 5 here that I'm going to show you that I have been using on a regular basis to try and keep the sun in my life, as it seems to have disappeared from London at the moment and it's about as grey as an old dog, if there is such a thing as a grey old dog. Anyway, I'm going to show you what I've been using and what I've been enjoying using. I came to bronzers only a couple of years ago because there was a lot on YouTube about the Chanel Soleil Tan de Chanel, it's called, that one there, which has now been reformulated, so you can't get this exact one again. But as you can see, I have, as they say, hit pan. Actually, as a side note, isn't it funny, you know, when you start watching YouTube, as I've been doing since about 2013 and watching beauty videos in particular, you suddenly pick up all this lingo like hit pan. I remember thinking, what's hit pan mean? What does she mean? Why? Or actually there were 3 things. There was hit pan, there was the doe foot applicator. Honestly, I had no idea what people were talking about. Doe foot, what the hell is that? I had to Google it. And what was the other one? The inky list, which of course is the ingredients list. But you know, this is a world that you... Actually, can you stop saying you know all the time? This is the world that you start to inhabit and learn all this new vocabulary. Anyway, I'm digressing as usual. So, as you can see, I've used this very well. I've hit pan on it. And let me swatch it for you. I was going to put it on a brush, but I won't. I will try and swatch them all on the same arm. So let us start with the Chanel. Now, I started using this and as you can see I used a lot of it, but over the last sort of few months I thought I wonder if it's a bit too orangey for me, so I was really looking for something a bit cooler if that's possible. Actually that's not quite right, because I also got at the same time or not long after the Baked by Milk Makeup, which is this one here. Gosh, it's so dark in here, I don't know if you can see. That is actually a much cooler brown, if we can call it that, as opposed to the Chanel. Let me just swatch the Chanel a bit more strongly. God, I really can't see in this light. Wait a minute, let's make a big... I don't know, can you see that? Maybe. I don't know in this light. So, actually, I'm not sure there's much to choose between them really. Okay, so the top one is the Chanel, the second one down is the Baked, which I really like the consistency of the Baked. It's easy to apply because it's on a stick. But then, because they were both cream bronzers, lately I've decided I've been using a lot more powder products. I was in the market for a powder product. On Facebook, I think it was Nadine Baggett's or Sally Hughes's Facebook groups. I'll link them down below for you if you want to have a look at them. They're so helpful if you want to ask a question about or look for a recommendation for something. Anyway, I was saying I was in the market for a powder bronzer that was cool, and everybody recommended, well, not everybody, but a lot of people recommended Stonestreet, which as you can see, I've also hit pan on, and I absolutely love it. It's a great colour. It's the one I reach for all the time. And that's the colour there. That's what it looks like as compared to the other 2. So this has been a real success for me. Now the other 2 are recent purchases because I just thought, oh, let's be a bit more adventurous. Let's try some other products. So the Fenty Beauty. The reason I tried the Fenty Beauty is because Anna of the Anna Edit always uses, it seems to me, the Butter Biscuit Cream Cheeks Out, which is this one. Actually, it's a beautiful case, but that's the case. That's what it looks like. And this is a cream bronzer. I must admit, I wasn't sure about it. I mean, it's always difficult choosing the colours online, isn't it? But actually, it is a great colour. The only thing is, I've noticed with this one, because I think the consistency, it's not as thick as the other 2 cream bronzers, is I've had to end up putting a bit of powder bronzer over the top, so a bit of Stonestreet actually. But I got that tip from Tamara of Tamara's Timeless Beauty. I'll link her channel down below for you as well. She recommended doing that, and I think she's absolutely right. It works perfectly. Oh, sorry, I've just realised I've got a bit of lipstick on. You'll have to excuse the bit of lipstick that seems to have appeared on my wrist, but that's the colour. That's the Fenty Beauty. So I do really like it, and I am still using that. Well, still, I've only just bought it a couple of months ago. And then finally, I think other people recommended this Nars as well. Oh, a little bit of paper's fallen out. That's the Nars Laguna. I have a vague feeling this has been discontinued, but you can still find it on Cult Beauty. I'll link it down below. This is a powder, although it is a really nice creamy powder. And let me pop that here. So that's a little bit lighter. Yeah, it's a lot lighter than the Fenty actually. It's maybe a little bit more goldy, but I kind of like it because it's not orange. I mean, let's just see. Let's just have a look and put the two side by side like that and see if you can see the difference. I mean, I suppose the Soleil de Tan is a bit more orangey. The darker ones, the two darkest ones, I would say are the Milk and the Fenty, actually. I think they're the two darkest. Yeah, they're definitely the two darkest, these two. And the Laguna, the Nars, is a little bit lighter. So a girl doesn't need 5 bronzers, obviously. But I like to try different ones. Obviously, it depends on the type of skin you've got. My skin is kind of olivey, I would say. It's a light olive maybe, or medium olive. I never really know. It's kind of neutral, I suppose, but orangey shades don't suit me, so I'm definitely more of a cool colour type of skin. I've got an old skin, I've got a mature skin, I've got a wrinkly skin. It's a bit elephant hide-ish, so I don't want anything that's going to really settle into my fine lines. I mean, fine, who am I kidding? They're not that fine anymore, and I'm not fine with them. No, I'm fine with them, really. So I just want something to enhance my face, maybe to sculpt it a bit, even though I know bronzers aren't exactly meant to be for contouring, but I think that's, to be honest, how I apply them. In fact, I'll tell you what, let's finish off by showing you how I apply. In fact, let's do the Milk makeup because I won't need a brush for that. So I'm going to show you what I would do. I've already got some on, but let's put it on anyway. So I tend to go a bit adamant and put them here, or them, put it here, and a bit under here. Try to get rid of the double chin. And then, actually I will get a brush. And then I brush like this. Just to give a bit of shape to my face like that. Oh my gosh. Actually, do you know what? I might have to use my hands. I think I may have gone a bit over the top. But it's really just to give some definition, isn't it? And to look a little bit sun-kissed, because honestly the weather in London today is so abominable. I mean, it just is not summer anymore. I know it's climate change, it's just a bit of a pain, really. A few years ago somebody was writing about climate change and they in the UK and the effects that it would have, and it said that Skegness would end up being the Antibes of the north, which is Antibes is a beautiful town in the south of France. I think that's just not going to happen. I mean, we get unpredictable sunny weather here. We had a beautiful week in June, or maybe a couple of weeks in June, and then a beautiful week or two in July. And now it's gone. It's August. It's already August the 6th, I think, when I'm filming this, 7th. And it's cold. It's about 18 max. Anyway, enough about the weather. So there you have it. Those are the 5 bronzers that I've been using and loving. Using the Chanel, the Nars, the Fenty Beauty, the Bobbi Brown and the Milk. I'll list them all down below for you. I really hope this video has been useful. It's a bit of a canter through the bronzers, but I think bronzers can really enhance our complexion. Doesn't matter what age you are, but particularly when you get to a certain age and when you start to put foundation on, you can end up looking a bit bland. So I think it just gives a bit of definition, a bit of colour, a bit of sun-kissedness, if there is such a word. And I think it really can enhance our complexion, our mature old complexion, our mature wrinkly complexion. Thanks again so much for watching. Please consider giving the video a thumbs up, and better yet, subscribing to the channel, because it helps older women like us find my channel and hopefully find some useful information. And also, please leave me a comment below. Oh, and don't forget to hit the little notification bell, because then you'll know next time I upload a video. And thanks again so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.